Well, this is just delightful. It is Tuesday, December 20th. I was just 20 some minutes into my daily video, and the phone kept ringing on my phone. For some reason, I have it on a silent mode, but it kept interrupting. And then it looked like I had to answer it because yesterday, my wife Maureen had foot surgery, and all of a sudden she's like bed bound right now, and downstairs where I'm up here, and and I figure I better get down and see what's going on. And it was not urgent, but you never know when somebody's laying there with their foot in a boot all bandaged up and everything like that. So I'm starting over again now. First off, I want to do a Clubhouse next Wednesday, the 28th. We can all wish each other Happy New Year and catch up on what's gone on this year. It would be really great to see everybody before the year is up. So, all the Clubhouse members, let's plan on a live stream on the 28th. And for the one-on-ones, the FaceTime and Skypes from the Clubhouse, I'm torn between the 31st, which is New Year's, Eve, or the 7th. I'm not sure which would work best for everybody because some people may be out traveling or have big plans. I'm not sure. I'll talk to Aaron about this and try to figure something out with that. But things are just kind of, because for me, on New Year's, I could care less about going out. Living in Pasadena, it's so crazy here. I just tend to hunker down and not go do anything. I'll just maybe at the most take the dogs for a walk, and that would be about it. But for me, that's a quiet day. But other people may have plans, so we'll see. I've been having fun. I've been getting a whole pile of Cameo orders, so I've been doing those, sending those out like crazy, and been at the post office every day, dumping off books and stuff. So it's been great. And I'm sitting here with Frankenstein doing. I'm working on one album right now for some guys. I've got trying to get in a track every day or two for them, and then I got another project to do. And we've been in the studio, and there's a lot of. It's so funny. It really turns into a crazy busy time of year. But I'm grateful for that. I'm much better with too much than too little. So it's been really fun the past couple of days doing TV themes that we've worked on. Because, one of the things that's been fun is, as much as I loved working on records for people and touring and all that, I also love doing, jingles for people. And like a while back, I did like a Del Taco commercial, and we've done all kinds of. One of the funniest commercials we ever did was for a malt liquor. I can't remember which one of the malt liquors it was, but it starts out in a cowboy bar with all these kind of rednecks kind of dancing around to Brick House. So we did a country version of Brick House. And then when they brought out the malt liquor and they started drinking, they all got funky, and it turned into like the Commodore's version of Brick House. And it was really one of the funniest commercials I think I ever worked on. But we've done all kinds of stuff. Got to work with the Chambers Brothers and Judy Collins, and a lot of ads that went to Japan, where people always say, "Oh, we're not going to work in the States. We're not going to, be on commercials." A lot of actors, they go, "Yeah, well, I wouldn't do that." Like it's something undignified about doing a commercial. Not anymore, but back in the day, they would do that. And then you'd go overseas, and they're like on all the TV, channels, hawking all kinds of stuff. So, but doing the TV themes for all the shows was always fun. And the primary work I did was all of Mike Post and Pete Carpenter's shows. And then when Pete passed away, we continued on doing everything with Mike. I started with him doing Rockford Files and Magnum PI and the A-Team and Greatest American Hero and all these shows. We always had a great band. It was usually Mike Baird or Willie Ornelas on drums. Dan Ferguson and John Goo were the primary guitar players on the stuff. Sid Sharp would be the concert master for the string section. We had like Chuck Finley and just great horn sections. I mean, the great Vince DeRosa on French horn, Tommy Morgan on harmonica, and you would have like Herb Peterson doing vocals and banjo on stuff, and Gary Coleman and all kinds of really great percussionists on the date. So it was always fun. And, when we were in the studio, we would just, they put the chart out and we would read it through one time, take a look, make sure all the notes were correct, and then we would nail it in the next take and move on. So we would do the themes, but then all the internal music, because a lot of the shows that we did, like especially for Stephen Cannell and Botchko, were all the like cop shows. So there's always great chase scenes and all that. So there's a lot of music involved in the shows. And Mike Post put together a great team of in-house writers that he would give them a thematic approach to that show, be it Hill Street Blues or whatever. And then they would write a lot of the internal cues. Mike and Pete, and then when Pete was gone, Mike would write the theme song for the show, and that would be the opening and closing credits for him. And then this team would take on doing, because we had so many shows going at one point, it was just crazy. And I did almost everything with Frankenstein in here. So I thought I would play some of the lesser known shows for you, these themes. This one was called 10 Speed and Brown Shoe, and a little synopsis of this was Stephen Cannell loved detective teams, especially mismatched ones, and the idea behind this series, which was short-lived, is echoed in later productions. Ben Vereen, it was a fast-talking con man type, and Jeff Goldblum, a stuffy accountant. That's the team, 10 Speed and Brown Shoe here. Another show that was a lot of fun but just didn't click with the viewers. Mike Post and Pete Carpenter's theme was used, which used a lot of synths at first, but then was switched to, hold on, it says show more. Switched to the full instrumental style that the team is known for. So here we go. This is 10 Speed and Brown Shoe's theme, and this, I think this video has like the opening couple versions and then the closing credits. So here we go. Tommy Morgan in the back. Another version of here with a different key. The banjo in the background, Herb Peterson. Little more. This is the closing credits. they're fun. Actually, there's a taste in there that reminds me of the Banana Splits show, which I worked on a couple episodes of that. Another crazy show that we did was called Cop Rock, and it was kind of like a Hill Street Blues, but they sang everything on it. It was like an operetta. Now, let's see if they've got anything to say about this. Hold on one second. Hold on, let me pull this up and see. Believe it or not, this is the opening sequence from a 1990 ABC TV police procedural music series, Cop Rock, created by Stephen Bochco and William Finkelstein. Randy Newman performs the theme song on this. Let's see if they've got anything else to say. This was still another Mike Post production. So here we go, Cop Rock.
Sunshine, tears and rain, precious memories of years gone by. Eyes of darkness, fear and pain, all the time that we had. When all that's left is a photograph, not one gonna fall in the sun. You ain't what had to be done, living under the gun. Comfort anywhere, in the alley, on the stair. You call it, I will be there. When no one else seemed to care, living under the gun, under the gun, under the gun, under the gun.
The show was so out, though. I mean, all these guys, they'd be out there in this big gun battle and they'd be singing to each other. And here's another one of the shows we did. This is called Riptide. And here we go. Investigators work out of an office on a boat. Sounds like Surfside 6, but it's actually Riptide, which updated the concept for the 80s. It had a good 2.5 season run as Stephen J. Cannell production. It deserves a theme by Mike Post and Pete Carpenter. 2 opens and a closing here. So here we go. This is Riptide. Hold on. Kurt Peterson doing all that. Another reopening. Let's see if the closing. These are the closing credits. Similar theme. little last thing was the little kind of thing we did for the Stephen J. Cannell production. So at the end of the show, it would show him at a typewriter, and it would go to that, and then he would throw out the script he was writing on, and it would turn into the J on his name. And Riptide was Perry King and Joe Penny and Anne Francis were the stars of that. Here's another one of them. Hold on, let's see if they got any info on this one. No, nothing here. This is a show called Wise Guy, and this is the theme song to that. Rosa and French horn. It goes back. Let's see if they got close. Okay, this is the closing credits. That just goes on there. This another fun one we did. I'm just going to whip through these a little bit here. Another show was White Shadow, which was really, a really interesting show about a basketball coach. Ken Howard was the basketball coach, who's no longer with us, but it was really good. Let's see if there's anything. Interesting, somebody just wrote on there, influenced me to become a phys ed teacher and coach. Tremendous show. So let's go ahead and listen. This is White Shadow. 78 to 81 was when this was out. He said, just play something. Little car wash vibe. That was a fun show to do. So that's kind of what we got going on here today. It was just fun to do these themes. I just really enjoyed them. There was lots more of them that we did, Quantum Leap and Airwolf and all kinds of shows. But it was really a very vibrant time for TV themes. A lot of them long gone, but I always loved. I still, and when I hear Andy Griffith or Leave It to Beaver or The Honeymooners or any of these shows, boom, you are transported back in time to that time in your life when these shows were first running, and they still instill that kind of an excitement when I hear them. So I'm going to get running. I got so much to do. Basically dealing with having to take care of all of our stuff around the house now that my wife's laid up after foot surgery yesterday. And she's laying in bed with a leg raised with a boot on and a bunch of stitches in her foot and a walker and all this stuff. So it's perfect time of year for all this, but had to be. I had to do it. So next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, last Clubhouse of the year, and then I'll sort out, try to figure out ASAP about either the 31st or the 7th for the one-on-ones. But I'm going to wish everybody a great rest of their day, and I'm going to get going here. I got lots to do, as you do too. So